Your brand is not your logo. This is my logo. My philosophy is my brand. And I started creating my brand years before I even had a logo. In fact, when I started thinking about going into business, the logo was the least of my worries. And I think too many people spend too much time trying to develop a logo thinking that that's the identity of the company. It's not. But look at the swoosh on Nike. That is simple and identifiable because over time the brand has developed a following, a culture, and an identity. It's like a person. So with my brand and my company, when I first started, I wanted to make sure that the relations that I built with people over time, that they understood that we were a reliable source of service in a niche industry that's very difficult to get into, and it's very difficult to do what we do. So we're niche and captive at the same time, and it has its benefits and its downsides. Trying to break in is not easy. Once you're in, it takes a while to have issues, and eventually people, they'll get rid of you if you're not in any industry. It doesn't matter. They'll get rid of you if you just are not towing the line and doing what you're supposed to be doing. Don't change the flavor. If you're succeeding, try not to change the flavor so much unless something terrible has happened. And as I've heard people say, for restaurants, be consistently crappy or consistently good, but be consistent. That's part of their brand, not their logo. So don't rely so much on your logo. Go out and develop your brand. And here's why I think people spend so much time on their logo, because it's fun. It's creative. You get to enjoy, the colors and the dreaming and all that wonderful stuff. For me, it was always about the brand. I wanted people to understand what I brought to them in quality. And that started years before the company was even launched. Most entrepreneurs, I believe, that do what I do the same thing. They just develop relationships and they start cultivating the brand. Now, here's the pitfall to that. There is a pitfall to that. You are trying to not, you're the face of a company. And if you never step away from the face of that company, and you become what's identified as the logo and the brand, you can never walk away. It will fail if you don't set certain things in place before you walk away from it. Now, at the beginning, it's not a bad idea to build them together. Rising together. You have you and you have your brand, and they can be interchangeable. But once you reach a certain level of success or territory, whatever demographics, whatever numbers you're looking at, and you say, okay, I'm at a point where I can't answer all these calls. You better start separating from your brand. Let your brand and your message resonate through your company so that your staff can now start understanding the brand, the logo, what it represents. Now, you can do it in subtle ways, or you can have these hoorah meetings. It's however you are as a CEO. It's however you manage your company. For me, I like subtlety, and I like it when people have to think about the message. So you better be good at giving out the message. So something to take away today, if anything, and it's Friday, it's a beautiful day, I've had plenty of coffee, I'm ready to rock and roll again, is your logo is not your brand.